that, actually. I expected that. You know, that's Colby's style. You know, he makes you worry about the takedown. I mean, he fought the exact fight that I thought he would fight tonight. He, you know, you have to defend that takedown all night, so it sets up the striking for him.
You know, that's a really tough fight for Jorge to get into, because obviously the style is a complete, you know, worse thing for him, and then he's got the champion in that division. You know, kind of the same thing with the wrestling. So where do you go with him? I mean, do you move him around and just, you know, kind of cherry pick big fights for him? I'm looking at, since he has those two big guys ahead of him.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a good question. You know, we knew tonight whoever won and whoever lost, what would be next and where would they go, and I don't know. We're sitting right here right now. I don't know on either one of them, even Colby who won.
So when you negotiate this new contract with him the other day, you had to have an idea of, hey, well, if he loses, we still have a 4 or 5 fight deal, whatever it was with him.
We don't think that far ahead. You know, we signed the kid, and you never know what the hell. It's like you guys will ask me every fucking press conference, what's going to happen after this?
That's John Morgan.
What's going to happen after this? What's going to happen? I don't know. I have to see how the fight plays out. What kind of a fight is it? How did it go? And then I decide, you know, with the team, what's going to happen next.
And I wonder about the pay-per-view. Obviously, you know, Masvidal has been, his numbers. I think he's averaging close to $1 million on pay-per-view prior to the night. Did this one track to get to that kind of a number?
You know, it's funny because we're talking. I mean, I just said that this is our 11th consecutive pay-per-view sell. I mean, this thing's on fire. It's just crazy. Ever since the pandemic, it's been nuts for us. And yeah, I mean, these guys. I was telling you guys how much money we were losing during COVID, COVID testing and all the other bullshit that we had to go through, but all the pay-per-views were skewing higher than, you had a guy who would normally fight and, do 300,000 pay-per-view buys, and he was doing 7 or 8. And yeah, I mean, the business is just kicking ass.
Well, did you have any indication that this one was going to be like that, where you had a number and then it did a lot better?
Yeah, I mean, this thing outperformed the budget big time. I mean, just the gate alone.
And finally, for me, do you know anything about what happened to the broadcast went off for a while anyways during the fight? Do you know?
Yeah, it didn't go off for a while. It went off for a little bit on the second round. Yeah.
Dana, just one question over here. The Ringer MMA show on Spotify Green Room has been talking about this all week, and I'm wondering your thoughts on it. With all of the connections to Florida and the UFC's positive relationship with the state, why wasn't this fight done in Florida?
That's a good question. I think we owed Vegas a fight. It was the time that we had to do the fight in Vegas. We kind of laid these things out, throughout the year and decide where we think we're going to be in each month, and just landed on Vegas.
All right, thank you.
Yeah.
Dan over here on this stuff.
Yeah.
A couple other impressive performances. Kevin Holland got his first win at welterweight. Sergey Spivak won in less than a round. Jalen Turner, Marina Rodriguez. So what did you make of the rest of the card for all these young fighters?
Well, I was excited about this card anyways. This was a great card as far as matchups went. And yeah, everybody looked impressive tonight.
Joanna was also back here. She was a guest fighter for Scrum. She said she's still eyeing a fight with Wei Lee. Is that still a fight that you're hoping to make the rematch?
Yeah, that's the fight that makes sense.
Is there any headway on when that fight could happen? It seems like you're just waiting for a date at this point.
Yeah. Do we know the date on that one? Yeah, no. I was hoping he had something I didn't.
She was also talking about fighting in Allegiant Stadium and said that she might know something we don't. Do you know what she's talking about?
I do not.
Hamzat was also here. Did you guys talk about anything else besides confirming this fight with Gilbert?
No, that's it. Yeah, we got that down and locked in, and that's a fun card.
And finally, Darren Till is also here with him. Have you spoken with him about his return? Or
no, I haven't seen Darren. I haven't seen Darren since he's been here. I knew that he was here with Hamzat, but I haven't seen him.
What do you make of that friendship? It seems like they're inseparable.
Yeah, no, I like it. Yeah.
Hey Dana.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, Khabib Nurmagomedov inducted into the Hall of Fame tonight. Usually doesn't show much emotion. What was his reaction when he came over there and graced him?
He was pissed off tonight. I don't know what happened to Khabib tonight. I kept telling him, what pissed you off tonight?
I think it was Tim.
Maybe.
Tim Elliott was holding.
Yeah. I think that might be it too.
Greg Hardy's now lost 3 in a row, and they were all finishes. Wondering what your thoughts are on him and what his future is with the UFC.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll get in the room on Tuesday and figure that out.
Given the results of the main event, going into it, are you looking at Chimaev and Burns as the #1 contender fight in the welterweight division?
Makes sense.
Did Marina Rodriguez do enough tonight to be a #1 contender for the winner of Carla Esparza and Rose Namajunas?
Makes sense.
And
Making
then,
a lot of sense, Schmo.
okay, then lastly, Nate Diaz. What's the likelihood he gets a new contract before we see him entering the octagon again?
The likelihood that Nate Diaz gets a good contract? Very good.
Appreciate it.
All right.
Dana, right here.
Yeah.
Dana, I was wondering just your thoughts on Marina Moreau's big win. Obviously, coming from the Ukraine, she had a lot of emotions out there. The crowd really responded to her. I just wanted your thoughts outside of the fact that she got a bonus.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know how you want me to answer that question. I agree with you. It was an awesome performance, an awesome speech, and yeah.
This month, you guys are going to be traveling for fight nights for the first time since the pandemic, so I'm assuming it's very exciting. Can you just talk a little bit about what's the forecast look like on doing more traveling outside of the numbered events this year?
Yeah, well, as things start to open up and these different states that were tough to do business in made it much easier to do business in, we'll start going to, there's a lot of places to hit now. We just had to wait till all this goofy shit was over. Looks like it's getting over, so we're ready to roll.
Will there be more dates coming up in April, or is that still being decided?
Yeah, we don't have anything figured out yet, but we will. The other problem is as these states start to open up, you got all these different events that haven't happened, and there's still people that haven't put on an event since the pandemic, concerts and bands and things like that, and so a lot of these arenas are going to be packed, probably the first year and a half. So we'll see what we can figure out, what we can get done.
Thank you.
Dana down here. What do you do now with Jorge Masvidal that he's right? What do you do now with Jorge Masvidal now that he's lost 3 of his last 3 fights? And you guys have just given him the deal. Matchmaking wise, what do you think makes the most sense for this structure?
I don't know. That was what Kevin just asked me. I don't know. We'll figure out what's next for him. The rankings will come out on Tuesday, and we'll do something that makes sense.
And I'm not sure if you said, if you heard, Tom Aspinall recently said that you guys have told him that you've got potential replacements for Alexander Volkov. And I know you alluded to that the other day, but is that the case?
I hope not, but we'll figure it out if it does. You know what I mean? I don't know. We'll see how this thing plays out too. We're trying to get him out of there early, and he didn't want to leave early. So.
And hypothetically, if Volkov isn't allowed entry into the UK, would you keep that matchup together at all, or would you just?
No, if he can't get into the country, then we'll make another one for Tom. He's from the UK, so we would find him another opponent.
Regardless.
Yeah.